My last political knowledge, although it's very little, what I hear busts my balls so much. This is insane, totally insane, insane. I just can't stop repeating the word insane. I mean, it just goes so great. God must have purposely made this word sane. He was saying, that's harder to say than he's insane. What was he insane to do? What was he going to do? He was insane to going to do. Insane. What are we going to start with right now? Let's just jump off the pi. Okay? The minute it starts with 3.1415, okay, all the difference between the 1,4 and the 1,5 is that the 1,4 works with this world and this world. The 1,5 is the center of all the worlds. Okay, there's one world here. It's formed this way. You see there's nothing here, but there's something here and there's something here. This is the Z. This is the N. The only thing I attached to it, okay, was a number 7. You just make a number 7 and another number 7, and then you end up with this design. Another way to make this design is if you took two 7s, right, and made them on top of each other like this. In Roman numerals, that says 10,000, right? But I'm going to fix it for you because the Romans were really into this, okay? Okay. Spirit, angel, and man. One egg each. This 10 is still a 10. It's nothing more than a 10. But in this world, it is more than a 10 because 2 and 4 are the 24th letter, okay, is the X. So 2 is across from 8, making 10. 4 is across from 6, making 10. We're in the 10-10 world. You have a bar because the bar is a spirit stick, in which in all actuality, that bar will go over here. This X gets divided in this world. Just divide this X. If we divide this X and stand the bar next to what's left, then what we're going to end up with is a pen that doesn't write. We end up with a K. Okay? But if I turned it the other way, and I put two sticks, I'd end up with an M. And the M, my friend, says 1,000. Okay? The M says 1,000. We don't need this 0 anymore because that's in this world. In the first world, it's at 1. Then it goes around 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it starts back at 1 again. But the second time it comes to 1, it jumps right over 1 and it goes to 2. Because 1 is starting from the 2 position. So you got 2 instead of 1. You got 2 for 1. You still got the same thing. You had 1, 1. If you jump to the next one, that was the first one. You put 1 and 1 together, you got 2. So you're at 2. And then you go to 3. And then you go to 4, 5, 6. And then you go to 7, okay, which is the next level. Each level, you got to jump a letter. So on the first level, where you jumped a letter, you now have to take this letter and give it over to number 7. But I'm not doing that in this video. What I wanted to show you, 666. You ever go fishing? Well, you want to go in the fishing hole, under the ground. 666, and the other 6 is right about here, under the ground. So even though 6 and 8, okay, say man of heaven, it's 2 numbers only. They're here and here. But when you start going 666, there's only one place for the 8. Now, if we place the 8 here, well, the world would be like this. And then you see the clock, the time on the clock? It says 11:45. It means the egg, about the beta. That means a baby is born. But when the 8's down here, it's 3 o'clock. Now we're in the world of creation. Unless you want to turn the clock around this way. And now we're basically at 8:30. What is that, 8:30? Yeah, that looks like 8:30 at night. So 8:30 at night is, oh, the heavens of creation. Oh, my God. October, September, August, September, October. August, September, October. ASOP, I don't know. Something like that. So now we have the reason for that. Now what we're going to do next is these buggers over here. You ever see what these guys do? They grow. It's almost like throwing hair. You see, because it's a square, right? We had to make a line. We made a dot here and a dot here and a dot here and a dot here. But when you're on square paper, the dots are all over the place. So I just extend the line, or I'll extend it this way. We'll extend it evenly all over the box, and then, boom, we have tic-tac-toe. All you need to do is to play is a 1 and a 7. That's all you need to play this game. Oh, and I'm sorry, and diamonds. Yes, because the diamonds, they connect all over. No matter what you do inside of there, that diamond will fill up the space. Space invaders. You ever think about space? Like, I thought of it like this. Here's one corner, here's 2 corners, here's 3 corners, here's 4 corners. I give each one 2. Why can't I give it 1? Well, 1 times 1 is just 1. You have no space. When you have space, you got to double up on something. You can't double up on 1. So you go 2 times 2 is 4. By 2 is 8. That's 3 quarters and in 1 world, right? But then you go by 2 again, it's 16. Now you're into the next world, the P letter, the 16th letter, 1 spirit of man 6. So all you can actually go is 2 times 2 times 2, and it stops right there, the 8. You got your 8. And here you have your 2 times 3, because it's 3 is right here in this corner, it's creation. Do you see? 3 o'clock? But the actual 3, okay, on this board over here is up in this corner. So you have to make it from 3. 6 times 6 is 36. Times 6 is 216. 216 is 2 beta world, the earth world, the 1 spirit, the water world of alpha, create, and then you get boom, right here. And this is the number that shows up. 6 times 6, 216. 6, 1, and 2 is 9, and that's the birth number. I'll just have to turn this whole page upside down, and you're being born all over the place. Look, 3 births. But oh my God, under the water. Wow. And look, the heavens is now above. Wow, isn't that weird, eh? From being 6, 6 up on top of the land to before being born, you have a 6 in the angel world, in the beta world, and in this world, someone's pregnant. And what time is it? 8:30. 240 days. 8 times 3, 240 days. Is that 8 months? Or is that 9 months? What did I multiply it by 8 or by 9? 240 days. Isn't it 270 days? Because to reach the beta gates, right? 2 gates of 7. 1 gate here. See what happens to this gate over here? See this? There is no 8. There is no 8 for man down here. He's in here being born. There is no 8 down here for him, okay? This is a drawbridge that goes right up to this line. Okay, this line is always constant. It's the 1 spirit of 9. It's the whole. It's 10. It's the most with the least, and we are nothing but more. So this gate pops all the way down. The 9 birth pops on. 1 goes here, and 1 comes into here, and 1 goes over here. 1 goes here, 1 goes here, or 1 goes here, 1 goes here. This is the electronic angle. So I'm not really sure. You see, there up here you have 3 motions. You can't have it down here, here, and here. It's this world. You can't have it here and here. Because you can't have all 3 of those. You only can have 2 and 2. A red and a black and a red and a black. A negative and a positive. Another thing we're going to go to. Look. Doesn't it fit perfectly? The mug and David right inside there. The 10 world. Okay. Dot of the 10 world. What world would go in between? If this side is 10 and this side is 10, what world would actually go in between? 5. Only 5 can go in between, because you got to go halfway this way, and this one's got to come halfway down. If this one comes halfway down from 10, it's 5. If this one comes down halfway down from 10, it's 5. But then they all meet in the world, and you can't meet your electronics in the world. So what happens? They meet at 7.5. The 2.5, okay? The 2.5 that this world cannot move over to here. This world goes, okay, I'm going to tell you. It goes from, where's the 10? Where's the 10? This 10 goes down 2.5. This middle world goes up 2.5. Because this is our electronic angle. This is the 7th gate. This is the 1 spirit. We're already here in the 1 spirit. This angle over here would go up a whole 5. Because if this angle goes up 5, it hits right in the center. Now it can work from the center, controlling the center that is moved out 2.5 over towards 10, and the meeting place is 75. And it just so happens to be that the year 5775, it also says the year of the egg, and it's not the year of the egg, but that's what it spells, the 5th letter and the 7th letter. It also describes a game they call E-I-E-I-O. So anyways, there's always 2 of them, because there's always 2 eggs, and that's why you always have 2 of these, and the games begin. There's going to be, at the end of this, 5 to start, but everybody knows there's 9 on the telephone. So I'm going to end up with 9, and then if there's 9, I have to have 18. So now if there's 18, I got to have 36. So how do you shorten that up? By only having 4, all condensed into 1. Raphael, 7286. I know there's a little bit you may not have understood. That's okay. And you could maybe not understood anything at all. In fact, I have so few watchers at this point, I'm not sure if anybody's even seen it yet. Well, I'm not done yet. Give me a chance. God, what's going on, God? No one's watching me. I'm doing thousands of hours of work. I'm barely getting paid at my other place I go. Here it's not paying off. No one's listening. Or maybe they are. They're all scared. Think I'm weird. I'm not explaining myself. God, what do I do? Oh, okay, thanks. He gave me the message. You know what he said? Don't stop. I said, okay, I'll keep going. It's the way life is. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus, just below Andromeda. I believe that our planet is actually not Earth. Earth connects to Mars, okay, 1 moon and 2 moons, which means mother and father. There's definitely, I'm still on, as much as I keep coming close to thinking we're on Earth, we cannot be on Earth. 1 moon and 2 moons. Is this the way they watch us? Is it actually 4 and 3, 7? 2 and 5 is in the center. 1 and 4, Mars, okay, is on the left. 3 and 6 are on the right, Saturn, okay. So there's 1 moon on Earth, 2 moons on Mars. 1 moon on Earth plus Earth as the 3rd planet. First initial, E for 5, 5, 3, and 1 is 8. Mars for the 4th planet with 2 moons is 6, plus M, 13, is 19, the 1 spirit of 9. Oh, for sure, Mars is our spirit planet for sure. Mars, if that's right, then Mars for sure. Now, what number did we came up with? 9, okay? But 9 would be under the sea. So I won't accept that we're on Earth. I just won't accept on Earth. I mean, I'm getting flashbacks about being on Pluto, but then, like I said, 7, 8, and 9 are under the water. The 7th gate, that the 8th heaven we come into through the 7th gate, it's the 8 card, is there's 1 gate below the water and there's 1 above the water, just like the beaver, who has a value of 5 cents, which is half of everything, which is where man is. Now, where is that? Where are we? Well, if I said 7.5, that says Uranus and Jupiter. Okay, unless we're floating around in between these other planets and we don't even know it. Inside a capsule that's so well timed, it keeps the time of man. How does time keep with man? Well, man lives the time of the Earth. The clock works how the Earth clock works. Whatever goes in Earth, because man has to rejuvenate from the Earth. So man's clock and the Earth's clock must work together. If we do not work together, then whatever we eat will never contain exactly what we need for our bodies to consistently grow and grow inside of us while the women have children. So this planet is all timed. God has timed this planet. This is a timed planet. Have people lived 300, 400, 500 years? Probably they did. Were there giants here? Well, there certainly is. I just bumped into a little ant this morning. He says, God, you're a giant. I says, thank you. I didn't step on him. But I moved around his house, and then I felt the earth shake, and then a bunch of ants started coming up, creeping under my legs and into my bed. Anyways, it's a good and bad and sad day today for me. I got rid of 7 cats, got bitten by 1, and came home and still found 4. They're all outside right now. I won't let one of them in because one of them is a real nasty bitch, and I think she's nasty because she's smarter than anything. Cat, C-A-T, communication, angel, transmission. Dog, reverse of God. 26 letter count, 2 Venus, 6 Saturn, 8 man's heaven, Does it mean 8, the combined makes man's heaven, and it's in between 6 and 2? What's in between 6 and 2? 6, 2 is 4. Well, that's the complete opposite, which tells us we're back on Saturn again. Now, when you come to a stop sign, Saturn would be turning to your right. Mars would be turning to your left. It doesn't matter where you're going to stop. Venus and Neptune are going backwards and going forwards. So you can't go to Venus and Neptune at the same time. So if you're coming from Neptune, going to Venus, okay, and then coming from Venus and leaving Venus again, you would be 2, 8, 2. From 10 to 10. You went and you came back from where you started. It's like an open V and then coming back the road. Either you drove this way and up, or you drove all the way down, then you drove all the way back. Did you drive all the way over? Have you ever figured out why Adam gave Eve a rib? There are so many reasons why, and if I start and I make a mistake, it's probably going to be worse than if I just tail you along in my story and say absolutely nothing. He gave the rib because he was an X-man. He gave a rib, he became a Y-man. As a Y-man, God is the Y, the 25th letter in the alphabet, okay, 2 of beta, 4 and 6, 2, or 2 and 8, calculating to 2, and the 7 card, which is 5. God is in the center to the 4 corners. And then for the other world, okay, God is to the center of the 4 corners. And in the other world, there's 4 corners but no center. And that would be in the 7 card, if I can show you that card. Oh, look at that. Found one right away. So when we look at it this way, God is in the center of 4. And then there's no one in the center of 4. So this is the 1-4 world. Okay? Well, this would be the 1-4 world, but upside down. And it'd have to be the 8 card. Okay? It would be the 1-4 world, and the other one would be the 1-5 world, when there are 2 of them. Why? I'm getting into this again. Oh, my God. Where's number 9? Where's number 9? Well, I just want to tell you that, you see, this is the way God has the outside corners. Then beta adds this corner and this corner over here. Okay, those are 2 of betas. This is God in the center. That's the one spirit. The 8 card will put another one here. And the 9 card will take this dot here and put it over here. And then man will be 4 corners of beta. Number 2 and number 4. Because he would have 2, and he'd be dead center here, and there'd be 1 over here. There'd be added 2 more, and then this card would say 9. But on the 9 card, it doesn't show it that way because it doesn't show the passages. It just shows you the corners that you use for your 1-4 world, which is why the 9 is one of the next numbers on your addition of pi, the 9 card. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man is in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 connect. These 2 connect. These 2 connect. These 2 connect. It comes to here. It comes to here. 1 goes down here. 1 goes down here. It ends up making a Y, just like on, or a Z, like on this card. See the way it crosses right here? That's how I know my card is played just like this. It goes right in the center here. And then it'd be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be the exact 5 worlds. But these 2 in our world are not there. Because this is 4 and 6. Man becomes of 4 and 6 and 2 and 8 and becomes a 5 in the center. So they replace these 2 with 1. They replace this one with 2 on the outside. Because whatever is in the center is the half of is the average of what the 2 are on the outside, and the same thing for this one over here. So they just spread it open wider and take this one away. It doubles up because you went on the inside and outside instead of just on the inside. Because from here to here is one distance, and here to here is another. But from here to here is something else. And the points would be, like on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if you really want to look at it in a secondary view, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 52, 52, no matter which way you look at it. If you were using it on the roulette wheel, you would actually go 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, which is always just repeating 2, 5, 8 again. So anyways, we're going to let it go at this. I'm going back to work on why the number 1 has no letters. It has an exclamation point. Can I put something else there to reconnect that telephone going backwards? Before the telephone came to us, how did God use the phone? He was using it before us. So we have to go backwards in these numbers to find out which numbers he was using and how many was he using at a time. 3, 2, or if he's calling himself, he has no number. So in the first 2 worlds, Venus and Mercury, there are no moons because he is Venus and he is Mercury. But when he gets to creation, we need a moon because now we're calling on somebody else. So they bring out an Earth satellite moon. And to respond, obviously, there's an ingoing and an outgoing, just like your high and low blood pressure. And Mars obtains 2 moons. Jupiter, for many reasons, gets 63 because of the 6th man of creation, 3 and 6. 6 by 3 is 18. 6 and 3 is 9. You present now the 2 worlds of the 7th gate. They say there's 60 moons on Saturn. Now they're saying there's 61. But it talks for itself because the 6th planet and the 61 moons of the 16th letter is the P letter for the one spirit of 6, which connects all of the 6 of each one. 3 and 3. This is the passage. Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is why Wednesday is a jump over day. This is the day they call 8 days a week because it's in between the 2 sides of the 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 days a week. The same thing over here. But over here you go Sunday, not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now it becomes a Thursday, the middle of the week. This is for man. This is because of man. This one creates the letter N. This one creates the Z. This is for the heaven. You had to jump over it. The same way you jump over the 8 on your telephone is for the same way you jump over it over here for the same reason you have what you have over here. So we end up over here with Saturday. Look, Saturday, Saturday, Thursday. What is this? Hold on. Hold on a second. Monday, first day of the week, second day of the week, third day of the week, fourth day of the week. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth day of the week is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth day of the week is here. So the 5th day of the week is here. And on this one, the 5th day of the week is here. This is a 7. This one's a 9. The gates and the birth. Now the 4th one is both in the center. Although they're not the same days because this one and this one are blocked out. So we jump over it and we just count the next day as the 2nd day. Just like we don't count the 2... Well, honey, you're talking to yourself, God. Take off that mask and stop playing with those cards and get off the computer already. Don't you see you're playing the wrong game? They're on Earth. What? Oh, you're right, honey. I'm playing with the angels on Earth. We need to get to man. Where is man's planet? Oh, I think I found it. Hold on. There's a brown dwarf star coming on in. Oh, that's our move. That's right. That's my son. Hey, Jesus, what's going on? Well, he says, oh, it's bad down there. How bad? He says, well, the kids are starting to turn around and react to the government. Well, how bad is it? Well, not so bad. Okay, well, let it get a little deeper before we move on in. Maybe another year or so. We got to see how far we can go with this crowd right now. How far forward will this new crowd of demon angels, residents, these people of Earth, you and me, how bad and what will we do with this the last 5,000 years that God injected us with all kinds of stuff, trying to turn us into better people. But it seems that money seems to win all the time. So money on Earth have something in common. We must find out what it is. Although I already know. It is the spirit. It's the connection to be able to get something, to do less and have more. To do less and have more is to have life, have more life, not to have less life. When you have money, you have like more life. When you have less money, you have like less life. So that's really one of the connections. Besides the reason for M to start, which means 1,000, which means the God of angel, man, and spirit, the 3 eggs. Well, how come we get 12 eggs for Christmas? You want me to start that now and make a 3-hour video? I don't think so. But I'm going to do what I can do about anything I can do, and I'm going to try to do it to the best I can. I'm going to have to do less videos and try to do better work. I must do better work. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. I want to be like Ron Paul, able to get out there and tell it the way it is. Tell it the way it is. And I want to tell you something. On the telephone, if the 1, right, because it has the exclamation point, it also looks like a 1 with a dot. So what happens if you made that dot a little bit bigger? Like next to the 2 is an A. What's before A? Put a 0 because it's a start, a place to start. You make a round circle and that's the place to start. So before 2 on the telephone, ABC, you put 1 with a circle. But be careful, if you put the circle too close to the 1 and the 1 goes into the circle, it'll turn it into a Q. Then it'll have babies, it'll be a U. And then once you got U, beta world exists, and now you can start at 2 with U. Because it's when you get to 3 U's, 3 times U, 21st letter, 63, 3 by 6 is 18, 3 and 6 is 9, 27. We're back to the gates. We got more babies on the way. This is definitely electronic world, and somehow, anonymous, maybe you should get onto this and try and find out if we can get inside the matrix. This is just like Neo Anderson. This is insane. I'm totally insane, but it's my brain and I like the game. This is insane, my friends. Somehow maybe we can get into the matrix and really and truthfully know the codes far before any government can. Far before. We have an element they don't. Me. Raphael 7286 on the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.